Let's now proceed to the overview. An IVC filter or inferior vena cava filter is a small medical device placed in the inferior vena cava. The IVC is the large vein that carries blood from the lower body to the heart. So the main purpose of the filter is to prevent blood clots from traveling to the lungs, which can cause pulmonary embolism. It it filters out blood clots so normal blood flow pass can pass through. So it is used in patients who can take blood thinners or when these medications aren't really effective. So the procedure is minimally invasive and the device can be temporary or permanent. So this topic will be discussed further by other reporters, specifically its clinical indications, patient preparation, supplies and equipment used, procedure, and uh, post-procedural care.
So here are the clinical indication for an IVC filter placement. First is the contraindication to anticoagulation therapy. So normally, ang ginagawa kasi ng anticoagulation therapy is tinitin niya yung blood and nire-reduce niya yung possibility ng blood clot. However, for some patient, um, may cases kasi na hindi sila pwedeng mag-undergo ng anticoagulation therapy since probably meron silang active bleeding, kagagaling na lang nila sa surgery or meron silang history ng severe bleeding. So, yung tatlong yon contraindicate siya sa anticoagulation therapy since pwede niyang ma-worsen yung occurrence na yun or yung possibility na yun. Kaya ang ginagawa na lang is nire-refer na lang sila na mag-undergo ng IVC filter placement. Though normally naman yung anticoagulation therapy din is there pinipigilan niya din mag-occur yung deep vein thrombosis na pwedeng mag-lead to pulmonary embolism. Next is failure of anticoagulation therapy. Failure of anticoagulation therapy, isa din siya sa clinical indication na ang patient is dapat na mag-undergo ng IVC filter placement because merong mga factor na nakakaapekto sa anticoagulation therapy na hindi na siya nagiging effective or hindi na siya gumagana para makapag-prevent ng thrombolytic event like for example yung deep vein thrombosis or pulmonary embolism. So ito yung mga factor na yun. First is the inadequate therapeutic response. So sa inadequate therapeutic response, ito yun yung mga patient na hindi na nagre-respond yung katawan nila adequately dun sa anticoagulants, maybe because due to the factor na like drug resistance or yung anticoagulation therapy is sumasabay dun sa mga iba pa nilang medication. So, ang nangyayari is hindi na masyadong gumagana sa kanila yung anticoagulation therapy. Next naman is recurrent thromboembolism despite anticoagulation. So, ito naman, if yung patient is naka-experience pa din siya ng recurring clots even though nag-undergo na siya ng anticoagulation therapy. So, ang sinasuggest na ng mga doctor is mag-undergo na ng IVC filter placement. Next factor naman is patient non-compliance. So, for example, yung patient is binigyan siya ng tamang dosage. However, hindi niya sinusunod yung dosage na yun. So, pwede yung maka-apekto and reoccur lang din ulit yung mga blood clots na makakapag sanhi yun ng um, ah, yung embola is mapunta sa lungs. Next clinical indication is high surgical or trauma patient. So, itong mga trauma patient na to, hindi sila pwedeng mag-undergo ng anticoagulation therapy because sila yung mostly nakakaranas ng severe bleeding. So, hindi sila pwedeng, tulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, hindi sila pwedeng mag-undergo ng, yung mga may severe bleeding, hindi sila pwedeng mag-undergo ng anticoagulation therapy. So, ang alternative for them is to undergo an IVC filter placement because makakatulong sa kanila yon para mapigilan yung emboli na mapunta sa lungs and magsanhi pa ng pulmonary embolism.
Deep vein thrombosis is a blood clot in deep vein. Common po ito sa legs. Maaari din po siyang ma-develop sa arms and other parts of the body. Ang symptoms po ng TVT is pain in the affected area, swelling in the affected leg, red or discolored skin, a feeling of warmth in the leg or other affected area. Tapos po, kailangan po natin maagapan siya agad kasi po, maaari po na yung blood clots ay mag-loose break and mag-travel po sa lungs na nagkakos ng tinatawag natin pulmonary embolism. Tapos, ang symptoms naman po ng pulmonary embolism ay chest pain, trouble breathing, coughing, may cough up blood. Maaari po siyang, yung ubo po ay may kasamang dugo, fast heartbeat, sweating, and fainting.
Patient preparation for IVC filter. First, your healthcare provider will explain the procedure to you. Second, you will be asked to sign a consent form. So, bago mo pirmahan yung consent form, dapat mo malaman yung risk and benefits ng procedure, and kung may mga questions ka, you can ask your doctor or healthcare provider sa mga hindi malilinaw sa'yo about sa procedure. Third is talk with your healthcare provider about sa IVC filter na gagamitin nila. Next is tell your provider about all the medicines you take, including yung herbal supplements kung nagtatake ka man ito. And you may need to stop taking some medicines before surgery such as blood thinner. You will be advised or sasabihan ka kung magkakaroon ng changes sa schedule ng regular na pag-inom mo ng medication. Next is if you smoke, you will need to stop before your surgery. Since alam naman natin na smoking can delay healing. And lastly, don't eat or drink after midnight the night before ng surgery. May iba na ini-inform sila na mag-stop na ng pag-take ng solid food 8 hours before the procedure at 2 hours naman sa liquid.
So in this part, I'm going to tackle the before procedure that patients need to tell the healthcare professionals. So first, if you have allergies and if also you're taking any medications because they can affect your safety and cause severe reactions before and during the procedure. Second, if you have any recent sickness like fever. Third, if you are pregnant or maybe pregnant. This part is important to have safety and avoid any side effects to the baby. Fourth, if you have problems to sedation. Some patients may have problems with sedations due to allergies, medication, interactions, and health condition. And these factors can affect how well sedation works or cause side effects.
In IVC filter placement, since it's very crucial procedure, we utilize fluoroscopy and IVUS or intravascular ultrasound for some reasons. First is real-time visualization. So the two modalities offers real-time visualization because it allows to see the catheter's path and the filter's placement in real-time imaging. Second, accurate positioning. The two modalities helps the IVC filter place in correct anatomical location. By using the two modalities, we can minimize some complications like damaging other vessels and identify pre-existing thrombosis. In this procedure, we use temporary or permanent filters, but in some or common cases, we use temporary or retrievable filters. So a retrievable filter can be used can be removed after the blood clot has passed. So in other equipments, we also use introducer sheath, catheters, and contrast media. In introducer sheaths, we use it to have an access an IVC. It is first inserted to the vein, and in that way, it will provide an access to the IVC. In catheter naman, since we need a long thin tube, we use the CVC catheter. In contrast media naman, we use iodinated contrast media and carbon dioxide for an alternative.
IVC filter placement procedure. First, to identify the area to be used as an access site, the interventional radiologist may use ultrasound to confirm the accessibility of the vessel. With the patient in a supine position, the femoral vein or internal jugular vein is prepped and draped using sterile technique. The patient is then sedated and local anesthesia is administered to the access site. The Seldinger technique is utilized to access the vein. Once the needle is inside the blood vessel, a guide wire is inserted through the needle to guide the catheter. An X-ray machine is then used to confirm proper wire placement. To visualize the IVC and confirm the target location for filter placement, the doctors may use contrast media. The filter is typically placed below the renal veins, and the imaging also helps to determine the appropriate filter size. Once the guide wire is successfully advanced to the IVC, the filter and its deployment device are advanced over the wire. Before the deployment, the filter is compressed within an outer sheet. Once the device reaches the IVC, the clear outer sheet is slowly removed, allowing the filter to deploy. Once the filter is successfully deployed, the wire and catheter are removed from the access site. Manual pressure is then applied to achieve hemostasis at the puncture site.
After the IVC filter placement, the patient will spend several hours in a recovery. The patient's vital signs will be monitored. The patient will be given some pain medicine if needed. The patient may have a headache or nausea, but these should go away quickly. The patient may be able to go home the same day. The patient may have some pain after the procedure. The patient may also notice a bruise where the catheter was inserted. The patient can take over-the-counter pain medicines if needed. The patient should get some rest and avoid strenuous exercises for at least 24 hours. Then the patient must also call their provider right away if they have any of the following. First would be coldness or numbness in one of their limbs. Second, bleeding at the site that doesn't stop with pressure. Third, swelling or pain at the incision site that gets worse. Fourth, fluid leaking from the incision site. Fifth, redness or warmth at the incision site. Sixth is fever. Seventh is chest pain. And the last would be headache or nausea that doesn't go away.